Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another one of my Ascension messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I am a channeler, a seer. I am also a creator. I create my own videos and inspirational videos. If anyone wants to go take a look at them, one of my newest series is Stepping Through a Portal. So I actually channeled through Pleiades, stepping through that into their reality, stepping through into the Arcturians, into the future Earth, and elementals. So if you want to go check them out. Plus, I am an intuitive counselor. If anyone wants a reading with me, I channel through the messages for you to help you connect to your soul, find your blocks, figure out where you're going to go next, that sort of thing. So if you're interested, that's available. Just click on the Codes to a New Reality website that I have down there, and that'll take you to there. So today is tarot, play with tarot time. Hey Jada, it's good to see you. Much needed messages. Thank you, Bobbie. You're very welcome. So yeah, I am a channeler and I don't need to use the tarot, but I just think that's fun and everyone else does. So we just do what's fun in this reality, and that's how we move forward, right, into a better place. So really interesting though, at the moment we have this massive solar flare that hit Earth, and we were full force in it. So we've had these, I'm not too sure about all of the techno sides and all the, the lingo when it comes to solar flares and all of that, but we've definitely had an upgrade with this new solar flare that hit. And in Australia, we had the most beautiful pink, yellow, purple, green auroras, which we don't always get auroras all the way here, but we did. It's that powerful at the moment. But I also got some huge channeling yesterday as well. So I put a new channel message up yesterday, which I don't usually do on a Monday because I usually have my lessons, my classes. By the way, if you want to be part of the classes, they're $20 each, and you can also follow the link below for that. The next one's going to be on next Monday, the Monday the 1st of May, and it is on interdimensional gateways, our interdimensional gateways. So while I was prepping for this, I usually light my little candle here, and when I light it, I do read it at the same time. So if I strike the match and it doesn't strike, I know there's still blockages and so forth. This time I struck the match, it lit first time, but when I went to put it in, my other candle had burnt out and I forgot to prepare myself. So I'm feeling through this that we have to be aware of our preparation for these new energies that are coming in, because it's like the new energies are going to happen whether we like it or not. So if we're not prepped for it, we're going to end up feeling anxiety, anxious, feel like we're meant to be doing something and we're not doing it, feel like the world's getting up on our shoulders, like little issues will come up that just annoy us, that sort of thing. But if we are prepped and we've cleared enough of our hoo-ha in our heads, then we can breathe through these new energies, because all of them are aligning us with more love of self, more going into ourself and finding those parts of us that we do not love, because they're the parts that reflect outwards of things that we do not love. So if we want to shift into a higher frequency, we need to look at what's inside of us that we do not love about us, and how we're moving through our reality and where we've given our power away and all of that. And then I pulled a tarot just as I was shuffling. There was one that fell out and I'm like, I need to take this. And I turned it over and it was, can you believe it, the Sun Goddess. So How cool is that? Look at the fire coming off the sun at the moment. I open my senses to feel delicious pleasure and passion. So not to be afraid to fire on forward, to really use that passion and that love of self and who you are, and just drive that. Use the fiery particles from the sun to just push you forward, sort of thing. Also, they're bringing up a story that they gave me a long time ago. The Pleiadians gave me this. I had a massive interaction with Pleiadians years and years ago, and I asked them when I was literally seeing them in my reality, I asked them if what this whole everything is about, what is this whole story about? Can they just give me, their side of the story of everything? And so they said they can only show me in a two-dimensional aspect, because my mind would only conceive it in a certain storyline. So the storyline that they gave me at the time, because I was a lot younger then, it was just in my early 30s, was that they said if God, source energy, whatever you want to call it, is just bright white light wanting to go on a journey, imagine that being as a being, so that we could sort of have a concept of it in our logical minds. And that being's just bright white light, and it wants to go on a journey. So it covered up part of its leg. And when it covered it with a black blanket, the only way that it could reach that leg was to pinprick all of these little holes in the black blanket. And then they said, if you now look up at the stars in the night, those stars are the holes that source energy is going to move all energy in your solar system through. So if it wants to move any sort of vibration on Earth itself, or humanity, or whatever, into more of a higher love frequency, then it will start to pour beautiful energy through the sun, and then that energy will eradicate everything that isn't in alignment with love. And this is what's happening right now. So we are getting these bursts of this love vibration, and whenever we get really angry or whatever, or we feel there's something that we don't love within ourselves, it's going to reflect back at us really quickly. And we have to be able to deal with that. Anyway, let's get into the cards. Enough of me and my chatting, right? Hey, Mary. Hey, Em. Hey, Sarah. Hope I said that right. Okay. I do mini chat bar readings, free mini chat bar readings after my general reading, just to let you know. So we do a general first, and then halfway through, or a bit over halfway through, I'll go into reading for those that are in the chat bar. Okay, so that's coming still. I wanted to use my these ones here, Steampunk Tarot. They're just different. Soraya Rose. Yeah. I actually bought these when I went on holiday, because I forgot my tarot cards, and I wanted to do a tarot reading for people on Tuesday, and I forgot my cards, so I bought them while I was on holiday. They are pretty big cards, though. Let's see what pops out from them. Oh, we've got a few there. I'll take that first one and the second one. I'll leave the rest, and then we'll just see what else happens. So yeah, I just follow my intuition when I'm doing tarot as well. I don't actually know what that first card is, but I do see what the second card is. Let's see what else pops up. Let's go month of May and beyond, right? The new energies arriving right at this moment. Ooh, that popped out. Okay, new energies arriving right at this moment. Let's go for them, those two. So we have the Eight of Pentacles have come out, and the Chariot. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles to me is someone who's worked awfully hard for everything that they are wanting to create. Now, excuse all the shadows and that, guys. It's really early in the morning here. But yeah, that like this person is wanting to create, or has created, or is coming into creating something brilliant, and they have worked really hard for this, and they know who they are now. They're starting to understand, but they've realized that they've worked a lot too towards this goal. That's what I'm feeling from this card. And then along with the Chariot, it isn't until, like, you could work externally as much as you like, but it's not until you actually come into balance with the inner self of knowing that you deserve to move forward with great velocity, where this work that you did, labor work, ends up coming into balance with, this is who I am and this is who I will be. And you can choose in your lifetime, in this lifetime, with all of these new frequencies happening at the moment, you could choose whatever you desire, but you have to align yourself with the frequency that you are that, because this Chariot has both sides, has the action horse and the inner alignment horse, has the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain. It is balanced within us, that even though if you don't have the balance and you just keep doing the action and you're not really in the frequency of meeting that coming to fruition, then you will just keep on doing the action and the action and the action. And then you'll go, wow, I've done so much action, so much to do for this, and nothing's coming in. Why? Because you're not meeting it at a vibrational meet as well. When that happens, the horses work together and they gallop together, and you as a soul ends up riding very freely wherever you want, because you move through your life not only through action but also through the vibrational me. And that's bringing us, the new energies are bringing us to that awareness that we have to have both. If you just did the vibrational meet but then just sat it in the etheric world of your own imagination and never grounded it in this material world, then it's just an imagination. And so we need to have both coming together to move forward, to actually create in this reality here, which is a material world, also meeting our etheric world. So the two cards that fell out when I said about the energies right here, right now, was the King of Swords, which is a man of power of his word. He speaks the truth. He has no hoo-ha. He just knows who he is. And he's the king of his word. His word means a lot. His communication to everything else means a lot. And it came out with a 10 of Cups, which is everything in your desire, your wish come true. Everything you ever desired, everything you desired is coming true, because the 10 of Cups is you've finally met everything that you needed to meet in your path to be not only walking this path, but speaking the path of truth. And that is for you to decide what that is. That is your journey, the one that you're creating. And you have total trust in that you're not coming from an ego point where what you speak is needing validation. You're coming from an absolute point of what I speak and what I say is my heart's desire to come into creation, is my heart's desire to have that happen in my reality. And I validate myself. The king validates himself He doesn't need someone to tell him what's right or wrong, because he knows it in his heart already first. And why does he know it in his heart? Because his soul is connected to his heart, and his soul is his passions, his desires, his like when you were a little kid and you wanted to see the world in a certain light. You wanted to see the world where everybody moves through happy and peaceful and adventurous and exciting and all of that juicy stuff. But when you saw the world, it was different, because we came here to shift the world and shift it into a vibrational mirror where our soul's connected. What is our soul? Our soul is love. So it's only going to come from something that is conducive for all that's outside of you as well as yourself, because those that are outside of you are part of you. They are your reflection. And so there is no, it's only when we strive for someone to validate us that we're denying the power that we have within ourselves, because if they can fall away at any given moment and that validation is lost with them leaving your life. But if you've validated yourself and know that this is who you truly are from the core self and that you love that part of you, then it is strong. It has a stable grounding for you to create and carve a new path, which ends up bringing you in the 10 of Cups, ends up aligning you with your heart's desires, your dreams, your wishes, everything coming in, because you are supporting you 100%. Oh, thank you, Sarah. You were absolutely amazing on Jeff Maher's live stream. Just watched last night. So excited. Thanks. Yeah. Just thanks. And that I wish that I had mentioned you to say that you are the one that instigated that, because I did say it to him at the beginning in the email, that beautiful follower of mine asked me to say hi, but I forgot. I was a little bit nervous, not going to deny it. We're branching into something bigger there, so I'm really happy that he's invited me back on Saturday, and I'll do a bit of channeling for people on that show on Saturday. I think there's a couple of people in my chat bar from there. I think Jay Lizard came from there anyway. Okay, so I'm going to keep these. Just wondering where to keep these out. Right, we are going to go into the tarot, and I'll show by the looks of it. I just picked my usual. I love these cards because they're the perfect size to shuffle. So these are the New Vision cards that I usually use. Someone asked me to write them up in the down below in the comment. So I might write them up below. I'm still getting the hang of that. It's a lot of work, right? Because I also do my own inspirational messages with the music and the channel message and the writing and the speaking and recording, and it's a lot of work. So yeah, and I'm just a one-man band with all of this. But everything that I've got on my YouTube is what I've created or channeled through. Hi, Sky. Mary, yes, and with validation better. Jeff Mara shows worthy. I'll watch it later this evening. Oh, fantastic. Hi, Dean. Hey, lady. Okay, here we go. Energies for this week. What else is coming this week? Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a huge thing. This is going to affect the whole world, but it's not. It'll affect those people. These new energies are going to affect people in different ways. If you haven't met that vibration of that love that's coming towards us, then it will be met as a clearing. And I keep having this word, clearing, clearing, clearing. So a lot of people are going to go through clearing through this. And what does clearing do? It brings up in our actual grounded reality that which is within us that we lacked facing us off. And then we have to really look at it, because do we really want that in our reality? Do we want to keep fighting the fight, you know? Do we want to keep on putting ourselves in vulnerable positions where we feel we have no power? Because there is not one soul on this planet, not one soul that doesn't have the power. Because why? Because soul is source energy. Soul is God. Soul is love itself. And so we all have the power to rise into self-validation, self-support, all of that stuff, that juicy stuff. And even those that have controlled others, they are controlling others because of their own lack within themselves. They need to have that validation outside of them to control them. So this will smash that in, wake up those that are victimized. Those people will start to move into creating the new path that they really desire. The ones that are left that were controlling have no one more, less and less and less and less people to control. They start to have to look inside themselves for what's missing for them, because they were, what is it? They're giving me a word here. They were, just help me out. Not validating. They're validating there was another word that flew through my mind. Validating their own power by controlling others. It's a leaf. I've lost it. Okay, we'll just see what the tarot cards. Sometimes it happens when I try too hard, because when you channel, you cannot try. You just got to allow it to happen. Okay, let's see what happens. I'll get back in the zone while we are shuffling. Woo. Okay, a whole heap wants to come out again. It's like there's a bundle of messages wanting to show up. Chalice, Six of Chalice, but it's in reverse, and so is the Three of Swords. So we have the Six of Chalice in reverse, which is, I always see this as my past life card, like you meeting that part of your soul that understands your past lives. And that's held in the imagination, because you cannot imagine something that hasn't got a core value to something that's already been experienced. So it is a decision on you then, from your heart and your desire, as to what you allow in your imagination. Just like with your mind and your logical mind, we need to have enough control over that for it to not take over and tell us that we need to keep diving into the same old story, boring story, or story that's bringing us into problems. So this is coming up, I think, so that we can align ourselves with the parts of our soul, our imagination, or past lives that are going to help us in this reality, that are going to shift us into carving a new path. And it comes along with the Three of Swords that is in reverse. So the Three of Swords is when in the past you've had something really hurt you. But when you look back at that, and they want you to look back at that, that's why it's in reverse. When you look back at that past thing that really hurt you and dug in deep and just, to the core, they want you to see it from a valuable position where it can shift you into seeing why you stayed with that person. Why did you stay with that person? Did you feel less of value than them? Did you put them on a pedestal? Did you see that you thought you could heal them and they didn't want to be healed, and you felt that your validation would be only if you could heal the unhealable, that sort of thing. And so you put yourself into a really tight, horrible corner where they ended up stabbing you because they wanted to live their own journey through the denial of themselves. and trying to control outside themselves and all of that. So just look at that, where you gave your power away as to why you had that experience. And then you will start to come into, okay, I'm never going to give that power away again. I'm going to move through my life with my power intact. I see them when they're coming. I see if it's a narcissist. I see if it's someone who is pulling me into their denial, and trying to drown me with them. I see it now because I see my own power first, and then I'm moving through life. And then you start to shine your light when you do that, because you're now trusting who you are and those that you choose to be in your life. You're trusting those that are coming into your life as well. That's great, Bobbie, and your success will be my bragging rights. And so be it. Brag away. I like it. I think, we're all in this together. We're all just in this together, shining out our light. I love it. Okay. I'm going to get an Osho card. Osho as well. Hi, Mona. Good to see you. Okay. Osho. I love Osho. He's my favorite. These are my very first cards. I've said that a few times in my readings. My only cards I had I only ever had these cards. I think I had them for like 20 years before I only just started buying tarot pretty much recently. The last 2 years since I started doing the live channelings. Okay, let's see what. There we go. Wow, see what's happening. The two totally different cards opposing each other. See what's happening. Our mind. This is the mind card, and our mind card is bringing in the guilt of not feeling worthy, bringing up issues of the past, of things that we've done, and we're not able to clear them enough to see the reason why that happened in the past was because we gave away our power. So how do you release guilt? You acknowledge your power. You bring back that understanding that you are worthy of more than the situation that you put yourself in before. So I always see this as the mind card. The mind is taking over too much. The mind is being in charge of everything, but the mind cannot shift your story. It's not its place to shift any story. So what the mind does when it tries to shift a story is the only thing it can do, and that's grab from the past and project into the future. That's all it can do. So when we've been taught by our parents, our schooling and all of that the mind is the thing that ends up creating this reality, all it's doing is repressing us because it's bringing up past problems and creating them into bigger problems into the future and bigger. And we have the same story revolving round and around and around, keeps us trapped. And that's what those in control wanted us to do, wanted us to be under their power. And so they said the imagination, which is the true essence of the imagination, is to carve a new path. It is the right hemisphere, is the feminine side of ourselves. And that has the scope to think outside the box, to bring in that which our soul's journey has been on in past lives and create whole new realities. But the logic then has to agree to it. The mind has to agree to it before it is grounded. So this is the awareness that we're coming into, the awareness that the veil was always within us. The veil or the illusion that we pulled over us was within us. And when we start to see or move through our life, understanding that we are source energy that we are love going on a journey, then we can carve a new path. This, everything that's happening at the moment, these new energies, these new auroras, meeting that love vibration, is all clearing old paths and everything. We're peeling away layers and layers of ourselves. That is all to do with, and that was one of the big messages I got this week that I brought forth in the channel message that I did yesterday. We're peeling away to a point where we can only feel love within ourselves. That's going to bring whole new reality in, because when we see ourselves as only stepping with love and we use our imagination to carve a new path, we are carving something beautiful on this planet. And this is each of us taking back the fact that we are source energy going on a journey, that we are connected to our soul, and that everyone outside of us is our reflection. And they are only teaching us where we've denied our power. Hi, Jay. Good to see you. Okay. Look at this. I was just talking about the guilt card coming out as the mind card. And then the mind card comes out. Can't deny it. We're really having to put our logical mind in place. Bringing me to another story that they showed me through a dream. So in this dream, there was a massive portal in front of me, and a man that I knew in my life. It was just a friend, but we walked through the portal together. So he represented my masculine side, and I was representing my feminine side. And when we went through this portal, we ended up on a beach. And the beach was just very calm, and there was stars. It was nighttime. There was stars. When I looked closer at the stars turned into fish. The fish represent the stories that our mind is whirling. Our mind is whirling. And the fish all fell into the ocean. And I realized that we were in a story within a story. We were literally living within a story within a story. So here we are, allowing our logical mind to take over. And our logical mind holds stories. And only of this reality, of from birth to death. And so it holds them. And we were living this story of only trusting the outside of us. So who was teaching us? Someone outside of us that were coming from their own lack. Who was teaching us? Someone outside of us that was their parents that were coming from their own lack, because they were caught in this story within a story. So then the next minute, this man that was beside me, he lied down and he said, "I'm going back to earth." And I knew I had to lie on top of it. I had to join with him. My intuitive side had to join with my logical side to create something new. But I said to him, "Please let me lead. Let me lead." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "Because I hold the imagination and I can carve a new path." So here we are together, lying to go back to earth. But from then on, I started to allow my imagination to carve a new path that was going to create my reality. And so I started to step into more and more and more of my power, and I didn't keep on repeating the problems that were coming. They still repeated for a while. Don't believe me, they still did, because it was like a spiral effect, and I was starting from the outside of the spiral, and I was going past these points that were still had issues within me that I hadn't peeled away until I come to the center of myself. But I'm really feeling like I'm coming to the core of myself now, and I feel that anyone that truly does this work will be coming to the core of themselves as well. Yes, Sky, school is teaching our children the opposite of the truth. My daughter said that we come from fish. I told her there is no correlation between us and fish. Interesting that the fish, for me, represents stories that are the neuron paths that are in our brain, but that's coming from an etherical way. That's what they always represent to me. That's what I've been taught by my guides. Yeah, thanks, Phoenix. Okay, where are we going to from here? I will pull a couple more cards and then we'll get into the free chat bar reading. So, see what else happens. Yeah, we need to unify within us. We need to unify both personalities. There was a man, Dr. Ramachandran, and he did a study on somebody who had been born without the corpus callosum, which joined the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, the logical side and the intuitive side. And he could speak to both sides of the brain as if it was two different personalities by ringing it up. Because it had no corpus callosum. So he asked the logical side of this person, does God exist? And it absolutely is an atheist. Said, no, God does not exist. It has no understanding of anything outside of the program reality that we have been placed into from birth to death, and seeing through the eyes of our eyes and only feeling, and the five senses that are in, because it is here to specifically create our outside world. That is its purpose. And then when he asked the right hemisphere, do you believe in God? It said, of course, absolutely, because it is connected to our soul, and our soul is source energy. It is prime creator, it is God itself. And that's what I learned when I ended up meeting oneness, because oneness took me out on a journey, explored the humanity's consciousness and humanity's journey, and it ended up coming all the way back into myself, where I was, from my perception, my own creation, my own reality. So we got thought vibrations, resonance, choices, signatures, signals. So this is, to me, really feeling like we are aligning ourselves to it's almost like they're showing me particles outside of us that are in love vibration. And when we align ourselves to that, we have a clear connection to many other beings, to many other things, to things outside what the logical mind can handle. Then we can connect, we can bring in the wisdom, and then we can say to our logical self, do we want to bring this in? Is this going to benefit us? We always need to have an agreement within both sides. Yeah. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Debbie. Hey. Okay. I am going to open the chat bar for free readings. Hey, Mona. I don't think I said hello before to you. So if anyone wants a free chat bar reading, I'm going to use the Osho deck at the moment because I feel like that's needed. So if anyone wants a free chat bar reading, just say yes. I know it takes a little bit of time to come through. Lady. Okay, before I even pick this card, it's still turned over. Before I even pull it, I have this message for you. Be careful not to just dig your heels in and just walk one road. Be open this week to more outside your box. They want you to shake up your life so that you can, your soul wants you to shake up your life so that you can see more advantages coming your way. So to do that, to create more advantages, you need to do something different. Yeah. So you have a card called Clinging to the Past. So that could be something in your past that you keep doing and keep repeating and feeling like that's who you are. But it's actually still the program pulling you into limitation so that you don't shine even brighter, so that you don't bring in something completely different. And it keeps you feeling safe. And that's understandable that it keeps you feeling safe. But if you want to step into another part of yourself and bring in another part of yourself, you have to shake it up and let it go. And then it will bring you into something new. Okay, who have I got here? Jay Lizard. Oh, that just fell out, but I haven't turned it over. Just see if I feel something for you. I see a star, so I think that wishes are going to come true. Okay, I'll pick another card with this one because this one is, oh, wow. You are learning to let go of both sides of your story. Okay, so you've got the schizophrenia card. Sounds diabolical, doesn't it? But the schizophrenia card is actually a really good place to be because now you are learning to let go of logic and intuition. You're just going, you know what? I give up. I give up. They want you to give up, to jump into unknown territory. The person, when he completely lets go of everything, both sides of both personalities, both everything, he will fall. And when he falls, you will be safe, because when you take a leap of faith into the unknown, through I give up, I give in, meaning I accept whatever's going to come next, because I do not know. I don't know all of the story. I'm going to allow myself to fall into this. There's something new on the horizon. And the participation card came out for you. So what's coming is this collective vibration or collective unity of others coming in that are going to be reflecting more true value of who you are, because you have let go of trying to they're saying, I don't like, I'll just say it, impress, something impressing, and that's okay, because we've all been there, right? Absolutely, every one of us has been there. I have been there. Everyone's been there. But it to bring you into that is going to actually gift you soul tribe, people that you can trust, because you're trusting who you are now, stepping into, allowing something new. It's like you have a piece of this puzzle, and it's so important, and you know it at the core value of yourself. But the piece of the puzzle has to join to another piece, to another piece, to another piece, for you to see the greater vision of what's going to be created. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. Also, if anyone wants a full reading with me, I do full readings. Just click the link below. Phoenix butterfly. I love that. Phoenix butterfly, transformation. Your life must have had, for you to choose that, a lot of moments of and a lot of moments of bliss. A lot, like, interesting name. I know mine has too. I need to guide and teach us, right? Okay, so Phoenix butterfly. Is there a message for Phoenix butterfly? Phoenix butterfly. I'm feeling like you got the card of postponement. It's almost like, sorry, you don't know how to move that next, take that next. You don't know how to. Okay, they're telling me you don't know how to take the next step, that the next step is actually coming to you. And for you to just enjoy your life now. Don't try to do anything. That when you start to just live your life happy and not feel guilty about postponing this and I should be doing that and all that sort of stuff, and you just go, you know what, I'm just going to live my life moment to moment, being happy, not worrying about what the future holds, then the future that you're actually you're striving for, there's a deep inner core that you're striving for, is going to come to you. It's going to come to fruition. And so they want it to come to you rather than you try too hard. Yeah. Dean said, Dean, no way. How can that be? You have the clinging to the past card as well. You see me shuffling them, right? I love it when this happens though, because it's a really important message then for this time for everybody. It's really understanding that our past is held in the logical mind just of this story, just of this birth to death story or birth to now story. It's held in the logical mind. And the more that we feel that we need to cling to it just in case, the more we bring it into focus, the more we do the actions towards it, the more we allow the people around us that are going to give us the same lesson over and over again. So this is a valuable card for you to really let go of your past. Please let go of your past, because there's something brilliantly juicy coming around the corner for you, and you won't see it unless you say, okay, the past is the past. I'm clearing my slate. I see my life as one clear blank canvas. And on this blank canvas, that means I am not, if I was saying it for myself, I'm not an artist. I'm not a mother. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a seer. I'm not a channeler. I'm not anything. I am just blank. I am a blank slate. Now, what do I want to paint on my canvas? Okay, I want to be an artist. So you bring in what you want, but you can do that with your life, as in the things that you don't want in your life. So you're also not the pain that you held. You're also not the story that keeps coming up and over in your life and it repeating. Also, clinging to the past can also get you to look into the past and see where those past things that have happened to you are very similar in the same storyline. It's just shifted a little bit, different people, different situations, different jobs, but similar, where you've been a victim to that, or someone controlled you or something like that, or you got heartbroken again, that sort of thing. When we clean the slate or clean that canvas, we only bring in the things that we desire. I deserve, or I desire, or I am. I am is a good one to say. I am this, because you are taking back the power of what really truly fits well with you and your soul and your soul's mission, why you're here to experience life. Yeah. Oi, we have change. So at the moment, you could be feeling like there's a big tornado around you and oh my God, things are shaking up for me. But that change is a great one for realizing that even amongst everything in the chaos that's happening, you can still find the center. Now, where's the center? It's within yourself. I step into the stillness of myself. I no longer play the mind games. I am shushing them. Shh. Literally showing me, shh, no more. I am stepping into the center of myself, and I'm feeling stillness and just being present in this moment. And when you feel that, everything looks, when you look outside at a tree or anything, or your room, it looks clearer. Things look clearer because you're not with the monkey mind roaring around, and that's reflected outside of you in the roaring story that's happening. No, I don't want that story anymore. Also, be aware that the dreams that you hold in your imagination, that you're not just keeping them in your imagination. Sometimes we dream up things that we want in our life, but we try to control them with the mind, and then it doesn't come into fruition as we expected, because the mind isn't agreeing with the dream, and so the mind cannot ground. You will never ground or put into action that reality. You'll never bring it in, and so it stays elusive. The dream, I'm chasing a dream that's elusive. Just be aware of that too. It's like I feel like at the moment there is a lot of clearing that's happening with people, because this is a very powerful, with this new vibration, I'm meeting more of my own love of myself, because I've peeled away a lot of this stuff within myself. And it's not that everything's perfect in my life. It's just that I'm feeling more acceptance of my life, and I feel that people and these energies that are coming, that they're still needing to clear a bit more before they really take that power back and start to create the new reality that they want. That's okay. It's what it is. We've all been through it. If anyone's seen some of my stories in the past, of my past videos, I've gone through some crap just before I started to peel away the layer that I needed to peel away for me to come more into the love of myself. I had to go through massive crap to get to that point of where I was denying myself. Okay. Oi. So you're welcome. Oi. Did I read for you? Oh, I've lost my mind. Okay. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, right? I think I've gone crazy. I've gone nuts and I've lost my mind. And what did her father say? The greatest of us all lose our minds. The greatest of us all are the crazy ones. We're the ones that shift the story. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Jay Lizard. Hit the like button and share or comment down below is a really good one to get my numbers up as well, so I can get these messages out there further. Yeah, I did. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, who else have we got here? Debbie Oliver. Debbie. Oh, Debbie, new vision coming. Oh, I like this card. This card is you stepping into something totally juicy and new. Obviously, new vision, but like also, I think you're starting to realize how much you can actually create in your world that is going to better yourself, your environment. Like, they're literally bringing me to, it's like you planted a seed and you did the action. It's like you did the action, you planted the seed. The seed is now growing. But then you're like, oh, there's no fruit on my seed. There's no, say it's a tomato plant. Oh, there's no fruit on my seed. Oh, okay. I'm going to align this next, I'm going to align myself with a vision within myself to see the fruit growing, and it's like the plant responds to you as a reflection, and it starts to maybe grow one little tomato that falls to the ground, and then that next plant grows many tomatoes. So you're actually aligning yourself with allowing yourself to let go of the story that's not serving you, the tomato or the plant that didn't grow the seeds to give you the fruit that you really desired, and allowing that letting go to create a whole new path and carve a new path where there is many fruits growing. I like that. That's really beautiful. Okay, who else have I got here that would like a reading? Cherie. Actually, I'm going to shuffle that again because I felt like I wasn't in your Cherie. Flowering. Just after I talk about that. Flowering card comes out just when I was talking about, the fruit that we are gifted. But for you, Cherie, there's something, excuse I sometimes do this in a bit because I do that when I'm channeling sometimes. It just happens. Anyway, sorry. Don't mean to be rude. I'm feeling with you, it is like this flowering of, they're actually telling me that benevolent beings are wanting to communicate with you. And it is through you being open enough for this to happen. And when we're open, we're vulnerable. But there's a strength in that. There's a strength in being vulnerable, because it opens you up through the core love of yourself to newness, to wisdom, to communication coming through that's going to help you on your path and your next path. But they physically don't mind if you slow down to do this, because it is a receptive energy and receiving energy. So you're needed to slow down physically in the action world for you to receive. Yeah. Cool. True school. True school. True school. True school. Wait. Okay, friendliness has come up for you. So there might be somebody, you might have cleared something within yourself that's going to show up as a new friend outside of you. They want you to be open to trusting yourself with this new friend and not dive into the old past stories of, when I was with this friend, they did that to me. When I was with that friend, they did that to me. With this new friend, they want you to be more open and responding to the core value of the friendship. Yeah, so there's some new friend coming in because they feel you've cleared something in your reality that might open a door to somebody new coming in. And I like that. That's really cool too. Who else have I got here? Okay, Mary. Cherie. Wow. Yes, I see them, but I can't hear what they are saying. So they want you to be vulnerable in this. And the communication's going to come in. And just remember, Cherie, and I know I'm still doing Mary's reading, but just remember, Cherie, there's something that they were saying then. Sorry, I lost it. Just remember. That's the problem with channeling. It flicks through me really fast. And then I got distracted because I felt like Mary was feeling a bit. Anyway, just remember that you need to be vulnerable in this. And remember that their communication comes through like a feeling, like a knowing. And then you interpret that into the written language that we have now. Because telepathy is no need for written language. There's no need for speaking. It is a knowing. There's a knowing that comes with this. And also as you wake up, that you could get this profound message. Write it down then, because you want to ground it in this reality. And it'll become more and more, and you'll start to understand a bit more of what they're trying to bring through. Okay, Mary. Yeah, okay. We are the world, Mary. We are the world is like the Wheel of Fortune card. It is coming full circle into completion. It is understanding that you are not on this world, but part of this. You are part of this world, and everything around you is part of who you are. So therefore your perception of reality is the only one that exists. Experience, they want you to go outside and hug a tree. They want you to just experience nature a lot more. Go in. I feel like you go for walks, but really be in, if you can become still in your mind and move through walk in nature with the still mind, then you will, you'll really see clarity in what's around you and what you've created and who you are as source energy, that wanting you to experience something new when you go out into nature, that you have the ability to literally shift mountains. We all do, actually, when we get to that point. I love that. Thank you, Bobbie. I've been drawing them at night before I go to bed. Andromeda beings, I feel. Okay. Andromeda is a whole other galaxy. So Andromeda beings, there's just trillions of them. And they are, I actually feel it's really interesting because I feel they're more to do with the feminine side of ourselves coming in. There's a whole new game coming in. Let's put it this way. There's a whole new game coming in because our Andromeda galaxy and our galaxy is starting to merge. And so there's this whole new game coming in. It's really cool. Great, Mary. I'm glad you like that. Okay, Jennifer, I want you to let go. Let go. And when you let go, don't be afraid to break the ice of the emotion that needs to happen when this is let go. There's something letting go for you to heal thyself. So when you heal yourself in this aspect that you are finally letting go of, you're going to become a greater healer yourself. Yeah, so there's something in there with you letting go for you to become a greater healer. But in letting go, you're also healing. Yeah. Cool. Okay, guys. I think I will leave it here. I love yous all. And if you didn't get a reading, please come back next Tuesday. I'm always alive next Tuesday for free CHATBAR readings, mini readings. If you want to, you can go down below, click on my link, and that will bring up a one-on-one reading. Or we have my classes, which is to do with interdimensional gateways, our interdimensional gateways. I have got some juicy information about that, really juicy information about that. It's so exciting. I have shared it a couple of times, and then I've also brought in some more information as well. So it's really valuable at the moment because we are starting to peel away so many layers that we are opening up new realities coming into our reality, and that gets juicy and fun because we're playing with Gaia herself and the vortexes and everything. Anyway, love you guys heaps. If you want to join the class, just click on the Coast to New Reality, go on to my website. If it says that there's no available dates, click the big button that says next available date, and it will take you there. You can book now. It's $20. And I've got I'm going to be on Jeff Manner's show next Saturday, so look out for that one as well. I'll be channeling for people on the chat bar there. Love you guys heaps. Bye.